Hello, hello! Welcome to another vlog. Happy New Year. I realize that it's already February, but can we just take a second to thank the Lord that January is over? I feel like January is one of those months where it's you start establishing a new routine and you start thinking of these new goals because everybody's like,
New Year's resolutions.
Everything is new at work and you have new things going on and new people in your life. It's a refreshing start to the year, but at the same time, it's definitely a process of, okay, what's gonna come of this year? What's my game plan? What's my routine? January wasn't the most awful month ever, but if you can hear the birds chirping and cars driving by really, really fast, there's a highway right next to my house. Yeah, just ignore it. So I gave up social media for the month of January. I gave up Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. And first and foremost, I cannot tell you how it was awesome. And so now that we're into February, I did re-download Instagram. Snapchat, I'm just not interested in anymore, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. Facebook, I did not re-download. I'm gonna keep that to just my laptop. So Instagram is the big kahuna here. First things first, the first week of January that I gave up Instagram, the amount of times that I had the urge to open my phone up was ridiculous. That urge, that feeling of what's going on, or I have one little minute in my day to look at something that really doesn't matter right now. It's very profound. And the amount of times that I wanted to post about what I was doing or who I was with or what I was eating or just where I was in the universe, coming to terms with that and realizing
nobody cares.
Unless they text me or call me and ask me, hey, what are you doing? It was just something that I needed. And it wasn't until after I did it that I was like, this actually feels kind of good to be in the moment and present and not worried about who's gonna see my post. Which brings me to point number 2. I had a much easier time getting over people that were stealing way too much space in my brain. There's a reason why we use social media. And a lot of the times when we're posting things, posting pictures of ourselves or posting on our stories, it's because we know that there's someone special watching. For me, when I would post certain things, I would look at who was viewing because I was curious, did so-and-so watch my story? Did they see my picture? Did they like my picture? If they did or didn't, my brain would kind of go into whatever direction from there. But now that I wasn't able to see them or see what they were doing or see if they were watching me and what I was doing, it was whatever. They're not really on my mind anymore. They're not really there. So getting over people that really didn't deserve my attention in the first place was so much easier. So the third thing that I realized was that despite my pickiness and how clean I would consider my social media following, my mental health when I gave up social media was at so much higher of a point than it was before. If you didn't know, I work at Chrysler in the Health and Fitness Center. Part of my job is to kind of create relationships with people, teaching classes and doing some one-on-one personal training, assessing people's fitness levels and helping them create programs to get them started on their health and fitness journey, or just to help keep them going, improve and challenge them. I'm very, very grateful for my internship because it was a reality check for me to realize not everybody looks like the people I saw and idolized on my social media. They didn't have the perfect squat or the perfect deadlifting form, or not everybody knows how to do a plank, not everybody can do a plank. Realizing that really, really humbled me to what my actual reality is. So when you're scrolling through social media and you see all these different posts about people who are doing 7-minute planks, people who are squatting 500 pounds, and the girl who's perfectly on point with her diet, my brain is not thinking oh, she slips up on the weekend. And my brain is not thinking, oh, it takes a long time to be able to lift 500 pounds or to be able to do a 7-minute plank. My brain is only seeing what it's seeing and processing what it's taking in. When I finally let that go, the reality check is just so much more profound. I was spending upwards of 4 hours per day on social media. 4 hours. That's longer than my workout. That's longer than a lecture in college. Like, that is ridiculous. Scrolling through, 4 hours a day of people who seem like they are super on point with their diet, super on point with exercising all the time, and their bodies are just, aesthetically pleasing to look at. It messes with your head because that's what you're looking at more than the actual people around you. So that brings me to point number 4, is that I felt so much more connected to myself and the things that actually mattered in my life. So my internship, my work, my friends. When you think you have something planned in your head and you think that, I feel like just doing yoga today, calming myself down, stretching out my muscles, and just being in the present. But then for a hot second, you're scrolling through social media, and you're like, oh my God, so-and-so just PR'd a 500-pound squat, and I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna do this super intense hypertrophy workout and absolutely and I'm going to absolutely demolish my muscles. It's not always the worst thing in the world when you get a little bit motivated from your social media, but when that's a constant factor, it's like you have this feeling, but then something that you see or watch deters you from just owning what you originally had planned. I think that's when it creates a disconnection between yourself and what you want and your body and your intuition. So that also brings me to point number 5, is that I had a lot more time for my friends and the things that really mattered to me. I love the people that I follow. I told you, I'm very picky about who I follow. So the people I do follow, I have a high respect for. However, I still don't know those people. I just know what I see through a screen. And for me to spend so much time looking at that when I could be, spending 20 more minutes shuffling, or an hour FaceTiming a really close friend, or studying for my personal trainer certification, it's kind of enraging because there's this thing that tracks how much you are on social media, and it kind of estimates how much time you spend being creative and being productive and being not so productive. I don't like that feeling of not being productive, and to kind of be hit with the fact that I was spending an upwards of 4 hours a day on my social media. It was like, what the hell am I doing?
What
the hell am I doing? I wish I would have recognized this a little bit earlier, especially in my college career. Social media is literally created and engineered to make us want to keep coming back to it. And we are total suckers for it. You know what? And I am too. So we're in this together, but I'm just saying you can be above that. My last point, number 6, I was optimistic about the fact that I could utilize social media to boost my own confidence, but then also relay a message that was going to boost somebody else's confidence and help them to express themselves and be who they are and own that. But in reality, I really don't know what's happening on the other side of the screen. I kind of realized that I'm not going to change the world through a social media post. As much as I want to keep using it to encourage other people to do the things that I am trying to get across through my posts, I can't expect that it's that much more powerful than the relationships and the example that I'm setting right here in the present in my real life. In reality, I'm only going to impact those who are actually around me. So my family, my closest friends, strangers who I get to meet because through my internship, through my job, through wherever I go, I get to set an example in real life. Maybe, possibly, if I keep, YouTubing, I can relay this message to people in my videos. As of right now, I'm limiting my social media use. I may or may not keep posting. I'm gonna keep reflecting, keep writing, just because that is what I love doing. But on the same token, I am going to keep focusing on the things that are important to me, the things that I have to accomplish in my own life, my goals of finishing this internship, getting my first real full-time job, figuring out how I'm gonna move my butt to Spain, because that is a thing that it's a goal, it's a bucket list item, and I'm gonna make it happen. And spending as much meaningful quality time with my friends and my family are all things that are my sole purpose right now. I cannot tell you how rewarding and just liberating and freeing it feels to give up something that has been taking over 4 hours per day of your life. I do hope that you consider giving up social media at least for a week and just watch how much more time you have for the things that you actually care about and love and want to be spending your time on. If you do give it a try, let me know if it's a week, if it's a couple of days, if it's a month, whatever. Let me know what your experience was like. Let's talk a little bit. Let's like dive through some things and reflect together and process things together. This is like my niche. This is what I love to do. So please reach out and let me know what it was like for you. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.